if I had $1,000 to spend, what would you guys want me to get? In that post, I stated that there was really no limitations. Whatever the top comments got, or the most upvoted comments, whatever those said, I was going to purchase, regardless if I wanted to get the scent or not. And here, finally, all of the results are in. There we go. There's what we've got. For about $1,000 right here, might be just a little bit less, or it could be a little bit more. You know, shipping and tax, buying a lot of this stuff kind of separately. I don't really know exactly what it totaled out to be. The niche fragrances in here is what made the price go up higher. Obviously, there would be a lot more here for $1,000 if there weren't, you know, a few niche fragrances in here which ran the price up. But I stuck to my word, and the top comments are what I purchased. So today we're gonna go ahead and very quickly run through all of this stuff. I'm just gonna give you my first impressions. I believe like 2 of these I've smelled once before, just from samples, and the rest, again, are gonna be first impressions. I'm gonna go ahead and open all of these up just off camera to save time. Gonna give you my quick first impressions on all of them, and I'm also gonna announce the giveaway sometime else in this video as well, so make sure you stay tuned. And also do expect to see individual reviews on a lot of these coming up soon, because I want to cover a few of these in detail. Alright guys, so first up we're gonna be checking out Rochas Mustache EDP. Believe this is a new-ish release, new this year or new last year, or something along those lines. I know here recently it's been getting some talk, so this is one of the upvoted comments, and so we ended up getting it. A pretty affordable one here, so you know, it's one you can check out. I will link all these down below. I got all these from discounters, so if you want to check them out there, you can check it out. And right away, yeah, I definitely get the Yves Saint Laurent Tuxedo comparison a lot. That was one thing I noticed on Fragrantica. That was upvoted quite a bit, and I don't even really need to smell the tester. I could smell it in the air from that. Definitely smells a bit like Yves Saint Laurent Tuxedo, which is awesome. This is a very affordable scent. It's a very hefty bottle. That was very surprising when I pulled it out of the box. It's got some weight to it. It's got some heft. Feels high quality. Atomizer was great, as you saw. The cap is very nice as well. Definitely does smell a lot like Tuxedo right off the bat without even having to think about it. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, performance and stuff we're not going to be touching on today because I need to test all of these. But starting off the list here, Mustache EDP, the new-ish release. Definitely a winner, and it's one that I'm looking forward to testing and featuring here on the channel. Moving up next, we have one of the niche fragrances, Bond Number 9, Bleecker Street. This is my first Bond Number 9, and I've never really wanted to necessarily get into Bond Number 9. Of course, nothing against them. I just, you know, haven't really had the itch to get into them. But again, this is one of the comments that you guys wanted to see, so I figured, hey, let's go ahead and do it. And I actually have smelled this one before. I checked out a Parfums vintage take on this scent a while back. And yeah, it does smell very nice, very green, very fresh, very invigorating, like a bit grassy green. It smells really nice and very refreshing. It smells like a spring scent. It really kind of smells how the bottle looks. This green bottle with like the purple and other stuff going on. It smells like it looks, and it honestly smells really good. A lot better than what I remembered, actually. So I could say I'm not disappointed about this one. I'm glad this is one that I ended up picking up here. It does smell, honestly, pretty good. Great for springtime. Quality comes across pretty good here on paper. Not a bad purchase. I'm pretty happy with this one as well. Up next, we have the new 1 Million Parfum. This is a new release, and yeah, you hear that? I don't know what that is. Again, this is brand new. As you can see, this is the first time I sprayed it here, right here. So yeah, let's see what we got. Okay, this is very sweet. Sweet and almost kind of fruity. It's got like a bit of an underlying bubblegumish type of smell. Like an underlying fruity, kind of like almost candy bubblegummy smell behind there. Yeah, it's, you know, it smells good. Is it going to be one of my favorites? Probably not. You know, so far what I've tried, this is probably ranking pretty low. I don't remember what the general consensus on this one is yet, whether or not people are leaning more in the love or hate direction. Yeah, I can tell you it's definitely going to be a mass pleaser. It's going to be one that probably is going to perform pretty good just because smelling it, it does smell strong. It smells like a strong Paco Rabanne scent, and you know, I can feel it in my nose when I smell it. Almost like a menthol-y kind of cooling type of smell that after I smell it, I can still feel it up in my nose. So very heavy on the aroma chemicals and the synthetics. Obviously, nothing wrong with that. They're going to do that for budget and for performance. Yeah, I think it's going to be a strong, mass appealing scent. In terms of seasons, probably mostly going to be kind of an all year rounder, although probably best for like fall and spring, kind of the cooler months because it is pretty sweet. Not bad, but not my favorite. So moving up next, we have the most upvoted comment by a landslide, I believe. The last time I checked it is at around 30. Most other comments I don't think got up that high. This one is Ajmal Evoke Gold for men. And this one I also am going to be giving away. So I have a brand new in-box version right here. This is probably the cheapest fragrance on this list. So I apologize for that, for the giveaway maybe not being too special, being that this is relatively cheap. I was gonna pick something a bit more expensive to give away, but seeing that this was the upvoted comment, I figured, you know, this one seems to have the most interest compared to some other stuff with, you know, not nearly as many upvotes. So I figured we'll give this one away for this first video. If we come back and do this again, or if I do any other future giveaways, I'll do something a bit more substantial. But I figured, you know, this one really got a lot of interest. A lot of people seem to be into it. Apparently it's a better performing version of Prada L'Homme, so I figured, hey, we'll give this one away. So if you want to be entered in the giveaway, just leave a comment down below. Make sure you get subscribed, give the video a like. I'll pick someone in about a week via the random comment picker, and I'll have you guys, or I'll have the winner reach out to me via email and collect their prize. Okay, so let's go and jump right into this one here. We'll give it a shot. Again, have not smelled this or sprayed this yet. Last few bottles, the atomizers have come primed, making me look like a liar, but yes, I can, oh, I just got my hand. I can assure you that I haven't smelled or sprayed any of these beforehand. You saw them all in the box anyway. Yeah, definitely does resemble Prada L'Homme. What I noticed right away is that it's almost a bit more like floral. I guess I can just smell my hand because I sprayed my hand. It's a bit more floral, and it's a bit different. You know, obviously I'm not going to be able to touch on the performance here in this video because I'm going to need to wear this and test it. That was kind of the main thing I think people were saying, that's a better performing version. While it does smell pretty similar to Prada L'Homme, there are definitely some differences, and I would be able to tell the difference between the two if I was smelling them blindly. I would imagine most of you who have had experience with Prada L'Homme would be able to tell the difference as well. While it does get you pretty close, again, right off the bat, I don't think it's a 100% spot-on clone. I don't know of any other Prada L'Homme clones out there to compare, you know, how similar this one is compared to some other clones. I have no idea, so, you know, I can't necessarily comment on if this is one of the best or not. But yeah, it will give you that Prada L'Homme vibe quite a bit. I hate putting percentages on it, but if I had to put one, probably 85%-ish, 80, 85%, maybe 90. I'd have to see the dry down as well. But you will be reminded of Prada L'Homme very much so when you smell it, but again, there are some differences as well. So, you know, again, for the price that these goes for, and, you know, I am giving one away, it would be a pretty nice, solid scent, or a solid alternative to Prada L'Homme. Moving up next, we have Parfums de Marly Pegasus. I've been itching to try this scent. It's been sitting in the box for days now, and, well, had to wait for everything else to come in to do this video. Finally getting to give it a shot, so let's give this one a shot here. Give it a couple sprays. I know this is an almond-based scent. I've really been into Parfums de Marly here lately. That smells really good. This is not at all what I was expecting, though. It's a lot more fresh than what I was expecting. This is one where I'm definitely gonna have to spray it on skin and really give it a full wearing, because I was expecting it to be a lot more creamy and sweet. But again, I'm finding it to be a lot more fresh. So again, this is not at all as I was expecting here, and I'm kind of honestly pleasantly surprised. That smells really, really good though. Again, been waiting to try this one for a long time. Finally getting my nose on it. Not all as I was expecting, but it does smell really, really good. And yes, you can pick up on kind of this somewhat creamy almond note in here. Again, more testing in the future, and you will see this one popping up in videos, I'm sure. Finally glad I've gotten to try this one. Moving up next, we have Andy Tower L'air du Desert Moroccan. Yeah, I'm sure I butchered that. I apologize. I've been wanting to try this for a really long time. You know, way back when I was first exploring niche fragrances, I would hear a lot of talk about this one. But I just, you know, at the time wasn't really wanting to spend the money on it. It's not even that expensive. This 50 ml bottle was 100 and some change at Lucky Scent. Ooh, okay. Very woody and spicy. It's woody and spicy with this like dirty undertone. Like this dirty, earthy, like very spicy undertone. I don't know how to describe it. It's got this like dirtiness, like I've said a million times now. This is niche right here, okay? This is a niche fragrance. Again, I was going into that expecting that. This is not going to be a compliment getter, mass appeal type of scent. This is for the niche lovers and for someone who wants something legitimately different smelling. It smells good though, and this is one where, again, I'm going to have to try it a few times, test it on skin, and really kind of, you know, mull this one over because it's different and it will catch you off guard if you know, going from smelling stuff that's been pretty mass appealing to this. It's a change, but again, pretty nice, and I'm glad to finally experience this one. I've heard a lot about it, and I'm glad to have it around. Moving on next, we have Tom Ford Ombre Leather in their signature line. I have Ombre Leather 16, the private blend, and this was the first of the signature line to come out a while back now. I just never got it, just wasn't really feeling it too much, and then, you know, I have been wanting it though because I have Beau de Jour signature. I like the bottle. I love the blacked out look. It's got a nice kind of feel to it as well, the texture. So yeah, let's go ahead and give this one a shot. Probably just about sprayed my lens here. Okay, let's give this one a try. Again, I have smelled, and I do own Ombre Leather 16. Yeah, and it does smell a lot like Ombre Leather 16. Oh, it smells so good though. For those of you who are unaware and who haven't tried either of these, it's a leather scent, but with a lot of violet or violet leaf. That kind of gives it almost this like green, ozonic, almost watery type of smell. And it's something you can feel it in your nose. Again, it kind of feels cooling and refreshing. And then mixing with this leather, which is just a bit dirty, but still kind of fresh as well. In comparison to something like Tuscan leather, quite a bit different. Tuscan leather doesn't have that violet fresh brightness. It's just straight up leather with that raspberry. This one's going to be much more wearable, much more mass appealing, and probably a lot more versatile just because of that freshness that it has. Hence why they brought it over to the signature collection here and discontinued the private blend version. I don't have the private blend right here with me to do a side-by-side. I could do that in a future video. In fact, I probably will. But just going off of scent memory here, it does smell very, very much like Ombre Leather 16. And really, as of right now, there's no sense in hunting down the private blend when you can get the signature version for much, much cheaper at discounters as well. Sticking with that leather trend, we'll go ahead and do this one here. Parfums de Marly Dolphin. Let's give this one a shot. My cap was rattling around there, kind of threw me off guard. Yeah, I don't know, kind of loose cap for some reason. This one does get compared to like Tuscan leather and stuff I've seen. It's another one I've been wanting to try for a long time. Really been into Parfums de Marly, and it's another one that was liked by you guys in the comments. And one thing I do want to mention here while we're on the Parfums de Marly, Sutton was liked a lot. And unfortunately, as you know, a whole bunch of stuff has gone on, and now it's not going to be available until, I want to say, this fall or here in a couple months. You can place like a reservation or whatever, which I have done. So obviously right now I can't get a bottle, or I couldn't have got a bottle to show in this video, so I will make sure to cover Sutton or, you know, Greenlee as soon as it becomes available. Again, I really wanted to do that one as well, but unfortunately I just couldn't get a bottle. So let's give this one a shot here. Again, really excited. I tell you what, I've been addicted to Parfums de Marly, so I'm glad you guys were liking these comments anyway. So it kind of gives me an excuse to buy it even more. So yeah, does have a Tuscan leather resemblance. Very fruity, very leathery. Got kind of a dirty smell as well, dirty leather. Yeah, smells a lot like Tuscan leather. Also gets compared to La Yucawam, which is a very popular Tuscan leather clone. I haven't actually smelled that, but if it smells anything like Tuscan leather, which I know it does from reviews and praise, then yeah, it would smell like that. It smells really good. Again, I don't have my bottle of Tuscan leather right here to do a comparison side by side, but it is a really nice leather fragrance. Again, it's one that is strong smelling. You can feel it up in your nose just from all the, I'm assuming, the aroma chemicals and stuff used in here to give it that strength. You can tell this is going to be a strong fragrance out the gate. It smells great. No disappointment here with Dolphin. Been wanting to try it for a while, and I'm glad I have it. Up next, we have a Zara Wanted by Night. I sprung for the whatever bottle size this is, 200 ml. I just unscrewed the top of this. There we go. 150 ml. I sprung for this size bottle because it just made sense. It was like $10 more or whatever. So I went for that. I have smelled this before, and I do really like it. It's a great scent, but I'll go ahead and smell it here anyway. I might have reviewed this one. I can't remember for sure. I know I've smelled it via sample. It's exactly how I remembered it. A Zara Wanted, but with a nice cinnamon spicy kick. I don't like the original Zara Wanted. It's just too lemony and too bubblegummy and Invictus-y for me. If I want that type of smell, I'll go for Invictus. I just, a Zara Wanted wasn't my thing, and I've said that before. But this I can dig. You still do smell that Zara Wanted in here, but it's got that nice seductive cinnamon sweetness, making it, more bearable for me. A great fall scent, and this is one that I will be wearing and featuring in videos. Glad to finally have a bottle. And I do want to mention, I believe this is also one of the most upvoted comments. So, yeah, pretty cool. Okay, last up we have 1 Million Lucky. This is another one where I have done a review via sample over a year ago. So, that's kind of one of those things. Some of the fragrances that you guys recommended I have talked about before. For example, Nishane Hasavat was one that got quite a few likes. I do own that one. I have featured it before. But again, stuff like Wanted by Night and 1 Million Lucky, I didn't ever actually own a bottle of, though I have talked about them, so I figured I would throw them in anyway. Plus, being that both those reviews were over a year ago, my opinion can change. So we'll give 1 Million Lucky a shot. Again, it's been over a year, so I completely forgot what it smells like. Okay, that smells nice. And if I remember correctly, I do believe I was pretty harsh on this in my review from the sample I had. But yeah, it does smell nice. There's no doubt about it. You can tell it's going to be a strong scent, a very sweet scent, very heavy on the mass appeal side. And it's very sweet as well. Again, it smells good. It's about what you would expect from the 1 Million line. That's what we're in the video on here. 1 Million Lucky, not bad either. So guys, that was it for me. That was my first impressions on the fragrances that you guys had me pick up. Again, gave you a budget. Most upvoted comments are the ones I ended up purchasing. This was pretty fun, although a lot of work to track everything down and wait for it all to get here and do this or whatever. But if you guys like videos like this, show that you did by please just liking the video, and if it gets enough likes, I'll do another video. Perhaps I'll increase the budget, and whatever else. So thank you for watching. Again, for that giveaway, just leave a comment, get subscribed, saying you want to be entered, whatever. I'll pick someone in about a week. You can reach out to me via email when I've chosen you. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. See you tomorrow night with another one. Take care.